Please note that while this amp at its core was a Ceriatone build, I never said that they installed it into this wooden cabinet with a fake Trainwreck logo. In fact, I was clear that they did not. More importantly, the core issue this amp has are due to the transformer installation, which Ceriatone did not do. These are not Ceriatone's transformers. That part of the job was not Ceriatone's work. So this is not a criticism of the company or Nick as a person. This is an evaluation of the amp on my bench as it came in. That's been put in a very nice hardwood cab with matching faceplate, and someone did the logo. This is not a Ceriatone logo. It's a little bit excess glue here. They didn't do the best job, but you have to be within about a foot to see that. So, Anyway, it's pretty. The complaint is the presence, and I assume this is probably the presence. One of these is going to be presence and master volume. The presence seems to do nothing according to the owner. So let's get this open and see what's up with that. So it's got the embossed stickers and all that. It doesn't say Lola or Darla or anything. Does this tube look a little bit dark? Let's see. No, it's just a decal. The decal on this Mesa branded EL34 is discolored a little bit. It's not the glass or the plate shedding anything. So the screws that hold the chassis in place are the same screws that hold the feet in place. No big deal there. Must be number 3, whether it's positive drive or Phillips, I can't see yet. In this case, with this low amount of torque, it won't matter. If there was a high torque situation, I would be very careful as to whether it's positive drive or Phillips. In this case, it will not matter at all. Pretty cab. No shielding. Maybe I'll fix that. I'm not being snarky about the lack of shielding on the cabinet. A Trainwreck is a very high gain circuit would certainly benefit from shielding. And not having any shielding there is just asking for it. But let's talk about the immediate problem. The owner says that there is no response or change in sound when using the presence circuit. So I've looked at it, and it seems to be a fairly typical Trainwreck style output section. And the 8 ohm tap is tied through this 100K resistor to the presence circuit. And the pots all measure fine. So let me fire it up with the speaker and see what I hear. What that sounded like to me was that the negative feedback was actually positive feedback, meaning that at some point the grids or the plates of the output tubes have been flipped. So I used the meter, and verified that this wire went to here, and this wire went to here, and that this wire went to here, and this wire went to here. So all the wiring was correct here. They hadn't reversed the 2 blues or the 2 reds, which would be very easy to do. What they had done was they had reversed the blue and the brown coming from the primaries on the output transformer. And as this brown wire was not long enough to reach over here, otherwise I just would have flipped the primaries here, the easiest, least intrusive way to fix this was to flip the 2 connections to the master volume pot here, which accomplishes the same thing. It's a very easy mistake to make. Every builder has made it, but now that I've reversed these 2, I turn the master volume up to 10, and turn the presence up to 10, and all the way down to 0. It gets brighter, gets darker, and leave it right there in the middle. And the amp overall is much more stable and less microphonic than it was, because the entire circuit isn't trying to just take off like an airplane. It's still relatively noisy, and would certainly benefit from shielding. It's very sensitive to my Wi-Fi router, and just to noise in general. I will put some sheet metal, flash metal sheeting on the bottom of the cabinet so that all that noise will be gone. It still has quite a bit of hum and white noise. I will talk to the owner and see how fixed he wants it. Right now it is repaired. Let me turn this down so the mic I'm speaking into doesn't clip. presence does in fact work. Now, if you'd like this amp to be quiet, if you'd like this amp to be really fantastic, this bus wire's got to go. Some grounds have got to be installed. More things have got to be shielded better. And just like Ken Fisher did, some very select silicone or other goop needs to be used to keep these wires from vibrating against the chassis, because this is inherently an unstable design. And Ken got away with it because Ken took a lot of extra steps to make sure he got away with it. And this build, while very neat and pretty, has not taken some of the extra steps. Like this wire right here, going to this grid, it's very sensitive in a Trainwreck that really needs to be dampened. These need to be dampened. All this excess mass that can vibrate, that's not your friend. But hey, at least we know now why the presence pot wasn't, quote, doing anything, and it never would have, as built. Anyway, this has been yet another episode of Grumpy Tech is Grumpy. Thanks for watching.